part two. Mr. Perry shut off my podcast before I didn't shut it off. He did. Okay, so I guess they did a search of my apartment just now, and here's what they found. There's no voyeur cameras. Well, you think they're gonna not take those out before you get there? They do. So we're noting for the record, it's 10:32, September 18, 2023. We understand there's been a search of my place. No cameras were found, but they took them out before you got there. So we're documenting that right now. How do I know that? When I'm broke, when Mr. Perry bothers me, when my privacy is invaded, that's what happens. He's cloned my phone. You can search my phone. There's not going to be anything in it. It's in his phone. It's cloned. It's different than when you hack. It's worse. Our guy says he can do a whole lot more cloning your phone than hacking it. So the evidence of that would be in his phones, not mine. Okay, so this is what we heard just now. I can't get her computer open without her password, and she's not going to give me that, and he's right, I would not. Why would I do that? I did give you my email addresses, and I told you to get a subpoena and search away. You can look through my emails. I don't give a fuck. I don't have anything to hide. Unfortunately, most of it is about Mr. Perry. Here's what he said. Here's what he's doing, just like this right here. Yeah. Okay, when you do the crime to me, you get caught. Because really, there's no probable cause why you would need to search my computer or my home. And being that they know you were going to do that, they took the cameras out. Why would they not? So, yeah, you're not going to find anything. So, let it be noted for the record, 10:30, September 18, 2023, Tuesday night. We understand there was a search of my place. No cameras were found. And you can't get in my computer because I have a password, and I will not give that to you. No, I won't. I did tell you, here's all my email addresses. Get a subpoena, get a court order, and go through them. But you stay out of my computer. Okay. So, I mean, there's really nothing in my computer that's exciting, except I will tell you this. If I'm hacked, there's going to be shit on there I didn't do. And these guys hack. This is what they do. They're traffickers. They watch there's a humongous difference in my emails and my Facebook messages and all of that prior to me meeting Mr. Perry. I had a lot of friends. You could tell I have a lot of friends. All of a sudden that stopped. There's nothing. There's nobody that has access to me either to find out where I'm going and what I'm doing. Right, legitimately find out where I'm doing, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's another night in my car, Mr. Kunzweiler. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Thank you for upholding the violence against women laws, stalking women laws, domestic violence laws, obstruction of justice laws, tampering with evidence laws, perjury. I appreciate you upholding the law equally. I assert equal protection, and you're not protecting me. I moved to Oklahoma to get away from this. So why is Charles Perry always in Oklahoma? Yeah. Was it you that said I'm having a hard time making this work? She's the one with all the injury. And why is he here? This stuff is not happening in Texas. It's in Oklahoma. Yeah, and you're searching my computer? You're shitting us with this, right? Okay, remember there's somebody else also watching all that knows a whole lot more about it than you. If I know you went into my apartment and you searched and you found my computer and you know I have a password and that there was no, you were looking for cameras, didn't find any, and it didn't occur to you that they know that, they're going to take him out before you get there. You have to be smarter than the criminal, sir. And if I know this, then you know that I'm telling you the truth, and you are not applying the law equally. You're discriminating against women. We have 3 Supreme Court judges who are female, and we have a vice president who's black female. So keep in mind, in the rest of the planet, it is not appreciated when women are discriminated against. It's not tolerated. We have the Me Too movement now. Make sure you understand that. I've asserted my equal protection. I have the right not to be harassed, not to be robbed blind. And there are people that know a lot more about it than you, sir. If I'm saying this, surely you know that. Okay? If this is true, then you know that there's people that know a lot more about it than you do. If they know you said that and you went and did the search today. Okay, so there's that. This is what the guy said, right? When you bother me, when you invade my privacy, when you take my money, we always get a whole lot more intel. You pay for it with intel. That intel will be used to put you in jail. You're the problem. You're the menace. Mr. Kunzweiler, watch the movie Netflix Unbelievable, because what often happens is when one guy gets it wrong, somebody else is going to get it right. Okay? If I know you did that, somebody's getting it right. Okay? They're going to make a buffoon out of you. Okay? Your job is to protect victims, not criminals. And apply the law equally. This is my income today, and it shouldn't have been that. So I'll be doing another night in my car. And then we got, go to the club, go to the club, go to the club. She needs to be in Houston, delivered by 10 p.m. so we can all get our money and then pass it all out. We got a list of people that we owe money to from this sale of a human, which is highly illegal. Mr. Kunzweiler, if I know you did a search, you don't want to look at my computer because it's got a password, or, you couldn't look in it because it's got a password, and no, I'm not going to give you that. Then you know that I'm right, that they had wanted me back out of the club. You have scripts and role-playing with friends, family, co-workers. How do I know that? Any other victim know that? Yeah, I know that. You don't know what it means that we know that, do you? No. One guy does it wrong. If you don't get it right, Mr. Kunzweiler, there's just more victims. If it doesn't come back on you now, it comes back on you later. Because sometimes there's a good guy out there really getting it right, and they're making sure they get it right, and they're making sure they actually put the bad guy in jail so that he's not still out reoffending and protecting people from further harm. That's your job as a DA. The first false arrest, you should have known then something was wrong. You should have got him on obstruction of justice. When was my evidence collected, Mr. Kunzweiler? Oh, never. Never. I was not tested for being poisoned with arsenic and phenobarbital. Nobody read Mr. Roberson's text. There's nothing political there at all. I lost my home. My son lost his home. And I asked you to leave my family alone repeatedly, and what you've done instead is cause conflict in my family. They have no influence over me. I don't know how many different ways I need to say that. They have no scripts and role-playing. It's your words coming out of their mouth, or whatever bullshit you told them that they believe being regurgitated to me. I know the truth. I heard the recordings of you all day long again today. I didn't go to the club. I didn't go to the airport. Right? So Tim it was a commercial flight, and then it was Josh Burson did that just to fuck with her. And the guy goes, well, why is Josh Burson having anything at all to do with her DoorDash business in Tulsa? We think that's covering up. He's covering something up. He's lying. We can't rule out kidnapping. We can't rule it out. So there's that. Okay, so we got this, we got it all day long. Have her car, get her kicked out of that hotel, or that apartment. Have her, look at this. By 10 p.m. tonight, she's supposed to be delivered to this Larry weirdo. Yeah. What does it mean that we have that? You act like you have no fucking idea. My ex-husband got really nasty to me last night. I'm not supposed to have to ask, and if I do, he better not be nasty. And don't blame the kid. And what the guys do is when he gets like that, they'll start digging in to find out what's going on. It always corresponds with what you want, what your agenda is. If he goes, if he's nice, it's because it fits their agenda. It's whatever it is they're trying to do, whatever they're trying to get done. And notice that right around delivery dates, he'll get real nasty with you and he won't help you. So we've got our timeline put together. Does Mr. Kunzweiler? Does he have those same recordings we have? He's not to be mean to her again, ever. She shouldn't have to ask to begin with. Ever. But that's why we're here. We'll lock him up and he can't do that to her again, ever. And that's what everybody wants, Mr. Kunzweiler. That's why we get the help with the information, and you don't. You're not in the need to know, are you? Do our cards call you? Name one of my guys. Go at one of their meetings. So when he gets nasty, they dig, and they make sure the reason he gives me he's nasty is true or not. And 9 times out of 10, they already got a recording of you telling them what to say. Yeah. So that's tip-off number 1, thumbs up. He's not going to help you, they want you at the club. You're not going to make any money door dashing, they want you at the club. When you're at the club, they're going to kidnap you. You're in Houston by 10. They all get their money. Illegal crime, bullshit. Life comes with a life sentence per count. They're caught, they're doing it anyway. It's not like we don't all know. You've talked about it for months. So there's that. Okay, so when we, let's see, see, here's this, Mr. Kunzweiler. Does this not alarm you? Does this not hurt your heart? That this man has not a mark on him and he's in prison right now for beating someone to death. Knocking his head off his body. Chief Miller died of internal decapitation 6 days after they took my report. I want to know the name of the guy. Everybody's shitting themselves. What's the name of the guy in Oklahoma that everybody's so scared of? Yeah. See, I went to see the tribal police today. What I wanted to do is sit down and go, look at this man. He's an officer in the line of duty, sitting in jail. What I'd like you to do is talk to the governor about getting him home. This is a wrongful conviction. Your governor was asked a long time ago, what is wrong with the governor? He's not supporting our cops in Oklahoma. Why is our governor and our DA not supporting police who are trying to do the right thing and witnesses and victims of crime? Why is that? See, the people that told me you went and looked for cameras and you tried to get on my computer but it's password protected, why is it they're not protecting the victims? Who is the name of the guy they're all afraid of? The tribals avoided me like the plague. As soon as I walked in, they all walked out the back door. As soon as I go out to get my car, they all run back in. That didn't look funny, not at all. Yeah, here's what you do: is you sit down and you listen, and you hear out the person that comes in to talk to you. I actually had some things to compliment them about. Here's the thing you did for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, look at this guy right here. Do you think you could talk to the governor? Because he's scared of the tribes. The governor is scared of the tribes. We've heard that. Everybody knows that. That's no secret. So tribes, can you please talk to him about getting a fellow police officer out of jail who didn't do a damn thing? Nothing illegal at all. He's a victim of attempted murder. That's what the facts say. That's what you got nothing on him here. I'm sending this email in March 2020. He didn't do it. He was drugged and there was no full talks given. At the hospital, after he's been given Narcan and the Narcan changes the composition of his blood, then he's tested, it's not going to show shit. Yep. Oh gosh, he was. May. Several months later, they confirmed that. What did you want me to lie about? That I knew about it before the depositions were taken, or that it was confirmed in depositions? Cop killer. When we go to court and you want to try to make me look like I'm harassing you, let's go over this right here. Right here. Let's redo his case. Let's retry his case in your I'm being harassed bullshit. Okay? How did you know he had to be coaxed or Hansel and Gretel to Pensacola? Like you're trying to Hansel and Gretel me to the airport, or you're trying to Hansel and Gretel me to the club. Cut off the DoorDash money. Make sure Ernest doesn't help her so she gets her ass to the club. We can kidnap her and she's gone. Tell her family to tell her goodbye. Here's your little scripts, here's your role playing. Make her think you don't like her. Well, what they did though is they let you in their home, they let you in their lives, they let you in their hearts, and they shoved me right out the door. I haven't talked to them or seen them for 4 years. Not one called and checked on me in 4 years. There's a bunch of them, they have each other. I'm all alone in my car, but I guess they said you told them I was in Texas. They still should have. I could have been dead for 4 years and they didn't know it. They would never have known it. You hacked my Facebook. You could have been Facebooking for me. Right? Oh, she's at my house in Texas. She's happy. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Is that what you did for 4 years? Yeah. I'm not fine, actually. I'm not. My heart's broken that my family did that to me. And in 4 years, not once. Just called me. Just asked me. When we first got here, what do you want? Not Charles. I came here to get away from Charles. Please don't talk to him. We could have done a speakerphone call. Whole family. And me. Charles, I came to Oklahoma to get away from you. Do not contact us again. Do not do it. Your contact is not wanted. Saved a whole lot of problems, including maybe Dennis losing his home. Yeah, you took my son's home. You went into court and you lied about being the victim of a political vendetta. What is the issue? Here we are 9 years later and you still don't have an issue. Where's the emails about it? Where's the text about it? Gunswheeler, I told you to get a fucking court order. Here's my email addresses. Didn't I? I think we had that put out. All my email addresses, go fetch. Get a court order and go fetch. Collect it properly. Get a court order. What's the probable cause? We got to get her back to Texas so we can do more to her. Get her in Houston by 10 tonight. You get, you take. Wow, but we just got that, sir. We got that. We took it. So who's getting what and who's taking what? You're not all there. Huntington's disease. I'm sick of him. He does not want her to know he's got Huntington's disease, the guy said. And I'm sick and tired of him terrorizing her and trying to ruin her. So you make sure she knows he's got Huntington's disease. And so we found out you have Huntington's disease because you're so vulgar and so demented and so depraved. What you've done to me, not eating for 3 days, is inhumane. This case opened on human rights violations complaints, and you don't know anything about it, Mr. Gunswheeler. You don't know how it got open. You don't know who all was in the loop and who all was talked to. It's a need to know. You won't know till it's too late. Okay? But I expect, and everyone expects, the public expects, you to equally apply the laws. Violence Against Women Act, domestic violence laws, obstruction of justice laws, tampering with evidence laws, perjury laws. And you have to have probable cause to believe there's a crime before you walk into somebody's house and start poking around in their computer. And there isn't any. I'm the victim of crime, and you're ignoring me. And you're allowing me to be starved to death and trafficked. Charles, he just typed in my other phone. I am going to starve you to death. Okay, everybody note for the record the threat he just made. It's 10:49, September 19, 2023. Charles Perry expressed intent to starve me to death. You're a killer. We get it. You've made your point. You've made your point. Here's the arrest report. Where's the injuries listed? Oh, there's not any. Red swollen right hand. Well, there's an IV in the red swollen right hand. See it? But that certainly doesn't look like someone who beat someone's head back and forth so hard it was like he was in a car crash and his skull became detached from the entire rest of his body and that killed him dead. So you want to try Mike's case in a false harassment claim that you're the victim of harassment? Let's do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I don't even need an attorney for that. I can represent myself. That's an easy one. That's a very easy one. Yeah, I could do that one in my sleep, and I didn't go to law school. Yep, there's that. Okay, so this right here says point out for me. Oh, by the way, this is evidence that's already been admitted in court in your criminal trial. So I can't take this picture out of my son. You had my son call. This is too compelling, and y'all don't like that. We get it. So you have my son call me and tell me, start screaming at me, get my picture off. Dude, it is public. I mean, you put it out. This is your Instagram or your Snapchat or whatever. Your name is Dennis Ortiz. There, you got credit. It's fair use. I know it's fair use. No, okay, well, now it's evidence, and we're not going to tamper with evidence. They might. Charles might, but we don't. Okay? This is evidence. Point out for me the marks on Mike. My son was hit 3 times. Everybody went home safe and sound. Nobody died. Look at the difference in his face and look at the difference in Mike. Mike beat someone to death in a drunken brawl, and he has less on him than my child. Okay? It doesn't even make sense. You guys can't even, I mean, So I went to see the tribals. They fucking run out the back. They're scared of me. Who the fuck called and told them I was coming? Because I didn't tell anybody I was going over there. And then the guy says, "Come back at 6." Well, no, they're all gone at 6. You can't get in the even in the building after 6. Did you think that was cute? Yeah. We didn't. We thought it was pussy. That's what we thought. Who was the guy that everyone's scared of? What did they go running out the door for? Who scared the tribal cops that made them run out the fucking door? Somebody called and told them I'm coming. Run out the fucking door and go outside. And the second I leave to go get in my car, they all go running back in. And we're like pussies. Wow, what the fuck is that? Who's the guy's name that that caused that response? Who is the name of the guy that caused that response? Is it David Robertson? Who is everybody afraid of in Oklahoma? Okay, well, we're not from here, right? Chief Hall's granddaughter lived a long time in Vegas. You wouldn't survive 5 minutes in Vegas, Charles. They would chew you up and spit you out. You're too stupid. Alright, so here's this. Too fucking stupid. Red swollen right hand. Well, if you're gonna hit somebody's head back and forth, wouldn't both hands be pretty bruised up? Oh, but he didn't do it. So, tribals, the governor's scared of the tribes. Can you tell him, get the guy home? This is a cop family. Clearly he didn't do this. Where were you standing up for police? Don't you back the blue? Yeah, either you do or you don't. Just like that. What about you, Mr. Consueler? Do you not back the blue? You either do or you don't. Where I come from, you don't leave one behind. He's an officer down in need of an assist, and the guy who died in the line of duty, and his family is entitled to those benefits, and his kids need to know that's how he died, not a drunken brawl. Imagine the pride that they would have for their father knowing the truth, and the bitterness or hurt that they might have at this man that they don't need to have, suffering that they don't need to suffer from. And you're causing it because you're failing to do your job. You're going after a victim and not equally applying the laws, and I assert that right. I assert that right as strong as I can assert it. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513, George, FBI George. You heard of that? Yeah, we heard of it. Why haven't you heard of it? Look at it. Read it. Well, you guys went after my aunt, the Attorney General. The U.S. Attorney went after my Aunt Kay for her sneaking Botox in from Canada, or getting Botox from Canada or something. Shut her business down, criminal charges, all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, wow. My aunt and I don't get along, but that was fucking over. I was like, you gotta be shitting me with that. That's how we spend taxpayer dollars in Oklahoma, federal or state. When we got a cop killer running around trying to, wound women and starve them to death and murder them and beating them down, I got power, look what I can do and get away with. Vote for me. Wow. But you're gonna go after somebody, I could see maybe fining her, even shutting her business down, but jail, criminal charges, what a waste of taxpayer dollars. I don't get along with my aunt, everybody knows that. But even I thought that was like, wow, you really? You're going after that crime? Nobody's hurt. And you got this right here, these people doing shit like that, and you're letting that go. That's okay. But God forbid we save a little money by using Botox from Canada. What the fuck is wrong? What is wrong with you people? Oh, you can tell I'm not from Oklahoma. This is bullshit. I don't know what else to say. It's fucking bullshit. Okay, so where's looking for the fucking airport bullshit. Gonna coax her to, Josh Burson just was fucking with her. Was he? Rule it out. Because we've been talking about Mr. Perry wanting to kidnap me since forever. Do you know who Transponder Tim is? Mr. Kunzweiler? Because we do. Yeah, we know who he is. Throw on the back of in the van. When she's walking into it's not a commercial flight she would take. When she's walking into the, okay, so we put this out earlier in the day, 12 o'clock. And then I get an order that night to the airport. Because remember, they hacked my phone. And David calls Richard Coward. I get a customer named Richard Coward. Because he wanted Richard to frame me for that murder. And Richard's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So he called him a coward by using fucking DoorDash delivery bullshit. What a weirdo. You're fucking weirdos. Okay, remember, we're getting the help, not you. You name one of our guys. You quote one of their meetings. Oh, you can't. But we're naming your people. And we're quoting your meetings. Who is the guy everybody's afraid of? TPD. You tell me. Why don't you, since y'all love pulling me over, pull me over and have your officer tell me, here's the name of the guy the tribal police went running out the door because they're afraid you're going to talk about all this. They got scared of you talking about all this. So they're afraid of XYZ guy and what you might say. So they took off. Like pussies. Who made them act like a pussy? Huh? I want to know the name of that guy. Is it David Robertson? Who is it? Why is everybody scared of David Robertson? Because he can kill you, he can commit a crime and get away with it, but why are you letting him get away with it? You don't have to. Or put the bitch in jail. We're about to. Then this will make you look bad. That's fine, your choice. You choose. Everybody chooses, and we live with our choices. And then we can do an unbelievable Netflix special part 2. Yeah, maybe it can become a series. All the injustices. Okay, so this says you're fucking going to the airport. When you get these orders, it just shows you the general vicinity of where you're gonna go. Then you hit accept, and then you go to the restaurant and you pick up the food, and you're still not seeing all this. After you hit confirm pickup, you can dump it. You can dump the order before you pick the food up. After, you're stuck with it. So look at this. Look at the time. After, we get it before, not after. Yeah, all your violence against women, hacking, illegally. Mr. Kunstwiller, you're not doing your job, dude. You're just fucking not doing it. We have a whole lot more evidence than you can imagine. If I know that you know that my computer has a password protection, and that you were looking at it, and that you looked over my room for, what do you call it? Voyeur cameras, and didn't find anything, then you know I know what I'm talking about. Everybody wanted me at the club, so I'm kidnapped, and I'm over in Houston by 10. Larry thinks he bought me. Yeah, Larry is being conned, and I think he's a weirdo. He's not getting anywhere near me. No, he'll the same thing. I'll kick your balls into your brain so hard you won't even. You'll be going, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Okay, so here's this. And they said Josh set this up just to fuck with me. Rule that out. Yeah, I don't think so. Why is Josh paying attention to my DoorDash orders anyway? He shouldn't be. He should be busy catching bad guys in Texas, where he lives. Okay, so we got all, that's the same one. We get her car from her. It's not legit, but I'm going to take her car and have it sold before she figures that out. You've tried to wreck it. You have wrecked it 5 fucking times. I'm not hit. I'm not hitting the other people. They're hitting me. After this. And it was a car complaint, a vandalism to my car that Lucky Miller took 6 days before he died. He was also talking about the Jeff Epstein crimes just hours before his murder. That's what this is. Human trafficking. You're raping little kids in Houston. And they're shitting all over the floor. Kunstwiller, what do you know about that? Have you looked into it? You better know your shit, because I do. You better know your shit, sir, because I do. If you're not going to protect me, why are you're not protecting me or any of the other victims now and in the future? Watch Unbelievable and see how that worked out for them. You got to do your job right. Your name is on that. Take some pride in your work. Your name's on it. And believe me, you don't want these guys arresting these David and Charles and Larry and Bettencourt. Bettencourt's a mean son of a bitch, isn't he? And Calvin. And then you have to have a press conference explaining what the hell's wrong with you. And you probably will. Since we don't do equal protection in Oklahoma or anywhere near Charles Perry. Yeah, I got a DoorDash order and the guy called me Cindy. I turned around, I'm like, what? My DoorDash account uses my name I use now. I've used for a long time, Cynthia. People don't know me by Cindy, they know me by Cynthia. Unless you're family. So why are you calling me Cindy? Who the fuck are you? Yeah, that was gross. Alright, so all this here. Name one of my guys, quote one of their meetings. How do I have this? What does it mean that I have this? Dum-dum. Poor Charles is being harassed. I'm the one that hasn't eaten for 3 days, but he's being harassed. In the state where I live, and he doesn't. Yep, that's harassment when you're screaming and yelling, leave me alone. This is our witness statement. You're proving it out. Who's our witness, Mr. Kunstwiller? You don't know, do you? See, you're not in the need to know, so you better make sure you know your shit. Because I promise it's going to come back on you later if you don't. There's a witness statement. Car. McNamara email. I'm going to false arrest her and coerce her. This was back in 2015. We quote you every day. Every time I'm broke, every day you contact me, every minute you invade my privacy, we get more intel. Because it pisses people off. People with a lot of power. power to get me this. You don't know. You didn't know it. I'm like, he should have been asking back then. What does it mean that she has that? How'd she get that? Who got that to her? Yeah, never asked. Doesn't acts like he doesn't know what it means that I have it. Get her kicked out of her home. Here we go again with that. Looks like she was displaced on pride. Looks like her ex-husband may have helped. Did he? Is that why he was mean to me last night? Yeah. My guy's like, pay close attention, because we are. It's on the timeline. As to when he's screaming and yelling at you and he won't help you. Not that you should have to ask him. And what they want corresponds. I said prove it out or not. I mean, okay, so there's all that. There's a lot of shit. There's so much shit here. There's the kidnapping plan. Yep. Sex trafficking plan. Again, just in a different color. And these are the emails that we got before. It's got the subject lines here. Mike was drugged. Mitchell wanted to know how she knew his legal argument before he made it, and she knows she knew. She texted him, said, "Don't say that. It's bullshit. That's not even possible, much less plausible." That he landed on him with his ass and did all that damage with his butt while he's asleep. Oh my gosh, where do you guys come up with this shit? Who's the Muffin Man? Is that the guy that sent the tribals running out the back door when I walked in? Who the fuck is that? I don't know. Interesting. Everybody in Oklahoma's afraid of this person. I'd like to meet him. I want to see if I'm afraid of him. Yeah. Muffin Man, Blanket Chip, Desiree, your people's names. Name one of my guys. Name just one. Oh, you can't. Quote one of their meetings. Oh, you can't. Look at this. See, people want to help us stop you from terrorizing and taking and raping and robbing and killing. They don't want to help you rape, rob, and kill. They want to help us stop you. Mr. Kunzweiler, that's where we're getting the information from people that want that stopped. People don't like crime. Why are you helping them with the crime? Apply the law equally, please. So here's this. More names. And didn't want to hear. Hey, look at that. She can use mere puffery if you want to say this is a political ad, but the problem is there's nothing on here political. It's all about crime. And she says it's not a political ad, it's to document crime. You don't get to speak for her intent. The only person that can speak for her intent is her. Right? How many people did you just get to say something on the stand that wasn't true? Just say this, just say that. I'll pick it apart and unravel that shit easy. And you know I can do it in my sleep. Yep, expect it. If you're gonna put me through something like that, I'm gonna put you through the hell of picking apart every little thing yep. Because we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna use it for your criminal case. If they're building anything you do to me, I use it for the criminal case against you. I'm the first person to put this shit on the docket, aren't I? Don't forget that. I'm the one that did that. Yeah, that includes fraud, court fraud, bribing judges. That includes that. You need to understand that very clearly. The McNamara email expressed your intent to commit perjury and fraud on a court. False arrest would involve that, would it not? Mr. Kunzweiler wanted me to have an address, and you wanted to make sure I didn't have an address. I agree with Mr. Kunzweiler on that. I'd like to have an address. I don't like sleeping in my car. I don't like missing 3 days of food. Look at that. It's never happened before every fucking day. How'd she find out it's never happened before? It has every day for 10 years, all day long. And the other mafia guy's like, you don't really want sensitive information getting into the wrong hands. So if that sensitive information gets into the wrong hands, when one person is broke or bothered, you make sure that one person is broke or bothered. And I guarantee you that would have not happened more than once in our organization. But our organization isn't a bunch of sex perverts who can't control themselves. That think with their, and he said, dick. Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Kunzweiler, if that's true, then you know that there's a need to know, and they know what you just did. You're not applying the law equally, and they're pretty disappointed in you. They are. Yeah, okay. So, back in, it's not going to be 2011. All this is not about, it's not about politics, it's about stalking. See? Yeah. What's the issue, Charles? You're full of shit. You insult people's intelligence when you do stuff like that. All of this is about stalking. Nothing here at all. This is 5 years before I could have anticipated that Mr. Perry would go into court and lie. You don't move into a neighborhood, brand spanking new, and think that you're going to introduce the people who've lived there for 10, 20 years to each other. Yeah, you're the new guy. I've been in politics all my life. I was very, very well established. I helped you get elected. See? Oh, that's not the right one. You've got this document. It's so... here we go. Look, I helped him get elected. Does it look like there's a political vendetta here? No, there's not. So these are the texts I was talking about earlier. You lose, you're stuck, you don't have no control. You know what those guys in Manfred said? You know how many people have said that too? You lose, you're stuck, you have no control even if they made a mistake? None. It's weirdo. Yeah. You know how many... Matt's pals like, can we just get Frank Morrison? Just. Here's that word, just to you. Again. Can we just get Mr. Morrison to say Cindy misunderstood something? I was mad that Charles was spreading rumors of an affair. There was no affair. Besides, did you see Bill Clinton running around saying I'm having an affair with Monica? Or was it the other way around? Normally, the married politician doesn't want anybody to know. So why is Charles Perry running around Lubbock telling people we're having an affair? Wow, you imagined it. Okay, so I'm pissed. And Matt's like, can we just get Frank Morrison to say she misunderstood something? I will say what I understood, Mr. Powell. If you use the word just in front of a lie, does that make it any less of a lie? Not to me, it doesn't. How many people did you do that to? Just say. Okay, so the guy says, maybe Mike Neely, I don't know who he was talking to. You can, if you're a fucking idiot. Charles never asked her why she's mad. He already knew. And he never denies spreading rumors of an affair. He denies having employees. And we know he had employees because she names them Robin and Carl Tepper. Dum-dum. So, what is Frank going to speak to what she understood out of all that? Yeah. Charles never asked why she's mad. He already knew. He never denies spreading rumors of an affair. He denies having an employee. He can't even lie right. He denies having employees. I don't have people. Yeah, you do. Robin and Carl Tepper. They just had lunch with Chris Wynn. Chris Wynn likes to talk. And Chris Wynn talked to my client, Frank Morrison. And Frank Morrison told me, and I'm about to flip a gasket. Yeah. Don't fucking, somebody got you on that one. Just lie. Just say. You gotta watch the just say and the when it's me. It's different when it's me. Okay? Everything's different when you do it to me. Everything. We quote you every day. We have your people's names. We know you do scripts and role-playing, and no other victim knows any of that. No other victim knows they've been sold before they've been delivered. I do. You act like you don't know what it means that we have all that. Yeah, it's not the brightest bulbs. Criminals are stupid. Okay, here's my poor car all beat up and banged up. Look. After that email, there's like 5, 10, hits. 5, 10, I'm sorry, not 5, 10. It's like 4 or 5. You got the brick hitting me. Then I haven't eaten for 3 days, so forgive me if I sound a little, sleepy and, not as sharp as normal. Okay, so I'm hit there. Right? I'm hit. Oh, that's the same wreck. Where's the back? Here it is. The back one. There's 2 different car accidents. And then I'm hit here at the wheel. Again, this is the 3rd car accident. How much money to the consumers does that cost every time I have a wreck? Because insurance companies pass the cost of paying for the car accident onto the consumer. It's about $200 to $300 a year per person that you cost people every time you hit my car. They love you. We get the help, not you. They want you stopped. Most people. Okay, so, and then we got another attempt, and he missed. Here. Yeah, that's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. Those are just random. We didn't, yeah. Sure, we believe you. We'll say that we believe you if it will make you shut up and go away. Because I'm sick of wasting my time listening to your bullshit. Don't insult my intelligence, dude. Yeah, that's what most people are thinking when you talk. Okay, except my family. They're like, oh, she's just in Texas. Don't call her. I'm not eating. I'm not taking a bath. I'm sleeping in my car. Because here it is again tonight. This is the second time this week that's happened. Why? So you can go through my apartment? Go through my shit? Probable cause is what? Mr. Consuelo, you're going to have to say what the probable cause is. What's the crime that you need to go through my computer? If you're looking for cameras, they're going to take them out before you look. You should know that. If you're smart, you would know that. Yeah, I knew that. We all knew that. Why do you think my guys haven't been up here doing the same thing you're doing? Because we know what they're going to do. We get the audio surveillance. Yeah. Okay, so this was what my Neely took. Powder all over my inside of my car. Right after I got it, like, we just want you to know we can get in your car. One of those creepy kind of things. All over the room, 3 doors down, where Dynamic Shot employees are staying, and that's owned by David Robertson of all people. What are the chances? Covered with powder. Same day. It's not like this was a week before or a week after. I showed Officer Neely the day he came and took the report. Look, this is all over. The maid come and got me and showed it to me. Look, this crap's all over that room. Look at that. I gotta clean it up. Okay. We're bored with this already. Really. Fucking. This was the first false arrest. See, why didn't you get him on obstructing justice? Because I filed a police report in Oklahoma. You have to. If you want a protective order. I'm getting threatened with death and false arrest per the McNamara email. Per these texts right here. Where's my blood test? Rule out kidnapping, Mr. Coatswheeler. Was it Josh Person just fucking with my DoorDash? Rule out kidnapping. Yeah, okay. There's a marriage license floating around. I understand this forged. I've not seen it. Lucky asked me about it. Okay, so here's my police report. Dated. Yeah, okay. Then there's a false arrest out of Texas. Filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job as a senator. Okay, show us what's the vendetta, sir? You're a fucking nobody. I walked out of the office of Harry Reid, and you think you're worth we're like, wow, you really are delusional. You fucking don't matter, really. Sure as shit, not to me, but politically, you don't matter. When have you cast a deciding vote? You were just elected state representative or state assemblyman. I helped you get elected. I lived in John Fulo's district. You start harassing me, I leave town. Then you ran for the state senate. I never lived in your district. I knew I was already in politics, well established. I did not need your help with anything. If you got a call, it was out of courtesy. Remember, when you're in a neighborhood for 20 years, the new guy coming in doesn't need to introduce you to everybody. No, it's the other way around. Yeah, same thing with politics. You didn't go to LARW meeting, you didn't do shit until I'd already been there 3 years. So I just walked out of the office of Harry Reid. You're dumb. You're just some podunk nothing to me. I know you're impressed with you, but I was never impressed with you. Okay, so this is when TPD calls me back. No bag it and tag it. Ever. Oh, that looks like they obstructed justice, maybe. By physical force, prevented and delayed the reporting of the crime against me. Mr. Consuelo, where's the equal protection here? Lucky Miller might be alive today had you done your job and applied equal protection of domestic violence laws in the state of Oklahoma where I live. I've not purposefully availed myself to the laws of Texas or derived any benefit. I'm trying as hard as I can to stay out of Texas. I'm sleeping in my car. My ex-husband said, you can come stay with me in my extra bedroom. And I'm like, fuck that. They'll kill me. I won't. No. Why? How dare you even ask me that? How dare you even ask me that? In fact, what I think is our whole family needs to get the fuck out of Texas is what I think. Where's my blood test, Mr. Consuelo? Wouldn't that scare the shit? What if this was your daughter? or your wife or your sister that's getting these kind of texts, what would you do? Yeah. And getting sick. I was getting sick. I bought charcoal to absorb the crap, whatever it was they were putting in my drink. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. We're out of loss. And here's the oops, I got that in jail. Here's this. Dated. Look at the date. He's gonna send me home, harass the shit out of me, do things like wreck my car, get me kicked out of my apartment or my hotel or my home, smear me, berate me, have people around me berate me, get into my business, needle around in my shit. It's none of his concern at all in Oklahoma, and then claim he's being harassed. And Judge Kirkendall said, you need to leave her alone so I can rule out provocation and entrapment because of this email right here. Have you done that, Mr. Kunzweiler? What are you doing in my apartment looking at my computer? And for cameras is fine. I really don't care about that. But surely you were smart enough to know they know you're going to do that. They're going to take them out. As soon as you leave, they'll put them right back in. I mean, you got to be smarter than the criminal. Okay, so we got all this. Josh Person was just trying to scare her. Well, why is Josh Person into her DoorDash? Why is anyone in her DoorDash? Huh? That would do that. And then send me a customer named Richard Coward. Because Richard Coward wouldn't do your false murder charge. Let's get her on something. Let's all have a meeting. Decide what can we get her on. We need to subjugate her. Yeah, this is the 21st century. It's different now. Things are different when you do it to me. In particular, and it has been, here's the thing, slow, mental slow. 10 years of it. 10 years of it. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. 10 years, every day, all day long. We quote you, not quoting us. You act like you think it's the other way around. Name one of my guys quote one of their meetings. See, it's not the other way around. What does it mean that we have all this before? What does it mean that I had the McNamara email dated 10/29/2015 telling people you're going to false arrest me and try to coerce me, and then you did on January 29, 2016? What does it mean that I had it before? Did anybody ask, how'd she get that? That's sensitive information. That's what happens when you do the crime to me. Everybody's sick of their suffering and cruelty, so we get it. Snap of a finger. Here's my disclaimer, Mr. Kunzweiler. Love you a long time, but you're getting it wrong on this. That's what, that right there is what the police are supposed to do, Mr. Kunzweiler, when you got a stalking victim in your jurisdiction. Not, let's go harass her. Let's go try to make her look bad. Never mind the future victims that would have been saved had you not done that. Obstruction of justice and all that crap. Where were you then? They use technology. My phones are cloned. They're not hacked. They're cloned. They're not going to be anything in my phone. It's going to be in Charles's. Let's apply laws equally, please. This is the 21st century. So while certain people might appreciate you, a lot of other people who are in the 21st century are not going to understand you. Why in the fuck are you doing this to her? Yeah. Everybody asks that all the time. Mr. Perry, why is he doing that to her? Why won't he not leave her alone? Why is he always going at her? Why is he doing that? I don't understand why he's doing this to her. Why won't he just leave her alone? I can't wait to see what her life looks like when he's not in it. Why will he not just fuck off and leave her alone? Why will you not just fuck off and leave me alone? Why can't you just fucking be normal? We're getting the information, not you. Listen to that. What does that mean? We get the help with the information you get told on. We find out before, not after. You're getting on everybody's nerves that you're mentally slow and you can't get on what you don't understand what I just said. You have an attorney that can help you out.
Please, I can't live here anymore.
Who's harassing who? See, I'm screaming, leave me alone. I've already moved twice now. And you're making me the bad guy? And you're gonna be... I know that because people hate you for doing that to me. Do you understand?
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes. No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you. But please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me. Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Stop. Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore! Stop! That's why I don't know.
I will. Talk to me for 2 minutes.
No! 0 minutes! I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
Oh, the cops.
Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore. Please stop! That's why I don't know. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No! 0 minutes! I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your...
Young guy's been basically...
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting.
Young guy's been basically...
Leave me alone!
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone!
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay, it's not clever, it's not cool, it's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.